Just like we're ready. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Quick Bitcoin update. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Ooh, I think I'm a little low. Yeah, there we go. I forgot a pocket square today. That never happens. Phoebe, grab me a pocket square if you can. It's okay, though. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. All right. Jumping on into BTC. Let's see what's going down for Bitcoin on the day. Right now, I see liquidity still down to 81,500. Looks like we may go lower here for Bitcoin. So yesterday I saw this interesting, flag, and it looked like it would make a little bit of a right shoulder there. And you can see the 15-minute even kind of made a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It came and bearishly retested the bottom of the channel right here, and then it dumped to the downside beautifully. I don't know why I went exactly to the target that I had. I think that's a bit odd, but I just, I took an algorithmic measured move from here to here, put it right there, and suggested the price would go to 82,000. That's exactly where we went. Last night I watched the 5-minute time frame with the lifers, and I said there's a Hail Mary idea that you'll go shoulder head. There's a little, there was a chance this inverted head and shoulder was attempting to save us there, and just we never could get above the 200 MA. I told everyone, until we break above the 200 MA and the 21 crosses and we make a flag, that's when I would long. And we never got it. You can see my signal never flashed. We just got rejected by the 200 MA, and then the dump easy to the downside, and there you have Bitcoin just collapsing nastily. Yeah, sad to say, but yeah, BTC to the downside, man. And this was what I was even looking at here. There was a chance this flag could break up. We had to break the 200 MA in the 5-minute time frame. It's a beautiful way to trade, because if you don't break the 200 MA in the 5-minute time frame, you will not long. There's no reason to long. And you can see that this clearly told you it was likely to go to the downside. If you like these concepts and things that I'm teaching, I teach class the last Saturday of every month, but this one has been moved to April 5th. If you want to jump into class right now, it'll be 1 week from now. Very similar to this time. Almost, it will be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 7:49 of the morning. It's early where I'm at, but we're early risers up here. I got to fly today, going around the world, baby. But no, I got to go back home, baby, to Massachusetts. Yes, Massachusetts. So, and also yesterday, the way we trade, right? Bitcoin pumps, it makes a flag, it continues to the upside. You could have made that right there. Look, I mean, that's why when I flip things upside down, they look so obvious. And I mean, that's got a bigger measured move. It says Bitcoin's headed down to 79,900, also to 80K. So I don't see what's stopping Bitcoin right now from dumping through this mess and continuing. Lost the point of control yet again. But let's zoom out and take a look at what the weekly's looking like. But I see more downside for BTC, and this clearly told us. It was like a head and shoulder there too as well. And again, everything that I go for told us what was happening. And it was even like a descending triangle. I mean, look at that. My favorite pattern, right? Dumpy to the downside. These dump like 90% of the time. You see a descending triangle. Let me zoom in there and make it big. But like when you see these, my goodness, just short the heck out of it every single time, no matter what the asset is, I don't care what it is. There's a good chance, and it's going to go straight down out of this pattern. Like, I've seen it happen, I'd say thousands of times in my life at this point. And Bitcoin loves this pattern. The descending triangle dumps, like, it's almost guaranteed. It's like the most, I should bet the farm on this thing more than ever, because it's like the most, I don't know, it's the most reliable thing I've ever seen in trading, honestly. Like, if anything's more reliable, that descending triangle will dump on your face. I'd say 100%. It feels like 100% of the time. So we're now getting a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. You could put this one inside. It's no go. And we could start taking a nasty dump here to the downside. And, some bearish news is going to be coming out. I got inside information, and I'm not going to get too into it, but some bearish news is going to be coming out soon. I guess I can't break it now. It's literally too hot, but I know some inside information that's going to affect our outside worldly politics, and it's coming soon. And that's all I can say. And most people know it too, I think, by now, but yeah. And so we're going to be dealing with a hellfire in a second. And it's, again, to keep us off track, to keep us from getting moving, to keep us from doing what we got to do, you know. So, you know, the saving grace for Bitcoin is somehow, some way, it doesn't lose this trend line. If Bitcoin loses this trend line, right, that's a bump and run in a way, and it could basically lose it, bump it, and then, I mean, now there's chances you're taking out the low, and there's chances you could start a multi-year bear market. You know what I mean? The one thing that has me a bit, I have to be perturbed, to say the least. I mean, that's okay. But it's like kind of bearish divvy on the monthly, you know. Definitely bearish divergence here on the 2-week chart. And like, I don't know. Bitcoin's never really had it this big. I've never seen bearish divvy this big. And I mean, bearish divergence that big usually goes back to the beginning of the actual impulse. I mean, that could send us, and then if you, as I keep saying, if you take out that low, you're stopping an uptrend. Right now, you're still in an uptrend. You have a higher low. This could reverse. Everything could change. It could be, you were scared. No, you were scared. You know, there's always a chance that we're going to get back into this. That's why they're really pulling at your heartstrings at this point. Like, if you're still in this game, they're making it hard. Extremely difficult, right? The fear and greed went all the way down to 10. You know, now it's at 26. I mean, this is some extreme fear, my friends. This is some of the most fear I've seen in a long, long time. So they are definitely making it difficult to stay inside this game. It's not easy at all. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart looks, it's going to roll over now, right? I mean, it's starting at second red candle now after a resistance that it could not get above 87,008. It still has somewhat of a support. Looks like it's about to break it, though. And even as stated before, like when we really looked at the 3-day, it hadn't really breached the trend line yet. These are broadening falling wedge. They do usually break up, you know, 68% of the time, but that doesn't mean they have to, right? That would be the idea, and you would hold this low. Maybe you're going to come double bottom. There's a chance. Still, it could be some type of right shoulder, shoulder head, right shoulder. But we'd have to bounce like today or tomorrow. Like, you know, you take out this low, yikes. And where we'd go, you just extend this. It likes to follow trend, so I'd see it hitting somewhere right there, you know, about 72,000. BOOKMAP has more liquidity all the way down to about 80,400. As you can see, that's where kind of most of the liquidity lies, right? So if you had to take a shot today, it says you go lower. BOOKMAP's been telling us we're going to go lower for a while. It's got a bunch of liquidity to the downside. All right. At least give us a hint. Amen. You know. So I see that headed down to 79,200 and possibly today, right? I mean, your daily loss to 200 MA. Whenever that happens, you're going to the downside. And I talked about opening up a head short yesterday at 85,100. If you're in that short, you are still getting paid. It was given to the trading group, you know, and I'll show you exactly where it is. But this is why a trading group will get you paid. They'll teach you short, long, whatever it is. Even last night, I took a scalp long, right? You can have a head short open while you scalp long. That's the point, right? Did everything we could to find the bottom yesterday. They didn't give it to us. They dropped the bottom out the floor in the middle of the night, basically. But here, you know, it's 8:05 yesterday. At this point, a head short should be open in case we free fall from here on the daily, because we can. You're below the 200 A on the, you know, and so far we have free fall on the daily, and that has not got stopped out. You're in the money on this trade if you took it. Again, I can't tell anyone what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But that's a simple trade right there to the downside. Stop loss could even be brought to basically break even at this point, or even shaved, you know. And so that is in profit, and we'll continue to track this idea. But it looks highly likely like it's going to go and get some more gains here, at least down to this double bottom at about 78,500, maybe a little lower for Bitcoin. So I don't see what's stopping this trade from dumping further to the downside. You know, you lost this trend line here. It was a bear flag. I talked about it many times. I said, you got to look at this like a bear flag. I said, if you don't see this as a bear flag that could drop with a nasty leg to the downside too, you know. So that tells me it's going right down there, 72,600. So make a lower low there. Take out these lows. Snatch this liquidity, you know, basically double bottom liquidity. It's all waiting right there, right? So still people that want to keep longing at the wrong time. We're going to keep, it's just like when people keep shorting at the wrong time, they're going to crush the shorts. You keep longing, they're going to crush you. So it is what it is. So I see this going lower. So how do you get into a trade if you haven't, if you've missed a short? Well, last night was the short entry here, right? And we went over it too in my group. I had it in this funky wedge. But either way, it dropped to the downside, to the measured move that I had drawn. All right. So that's happening, right? So now you got to kind of wait again for the 21 to catch up to price action, just like at a pump. So now you flag out the 21. Now we may get a little more. Let's take a look at what the smaller time frames look like. Yeah, so here, just like, you know, you flag out the 15. And you just want to see the 21 catch up. See, now you trade exactly like I've taught you how to long, but you short the market. It's the exact same thing. Just upside down. That's all. And then you go for 79,007. Looks like that. So you're looking for this to catch up to the 21-day moving average. Watch your 1 hour, and then you're looking for the rollover back to 79,700. So I would likely see 79 today. I don't see what's going to stop Bitcoin from dumping further to the downside. You know, watch your smaller time frames. If somehow, some way, the 1 minute breaks back above the 200 MA, you got yourself some, you know, a chance. You got some bullish div here starting to form, but you'll see bullish divergence, but it just will not be strong enough. Like, you just won't break above. See, like, bouncing at wherever you bounce and then dumped. Like, wherever you can find a flag and you bounce and dump, you got to get above that first. So that's a bounce. So that's resistance because that was previous support. So you got to get back above 82.8. So if, you know, you close a daily candle below 82.8, then, like, you know, expect more downside. You got to get back above that key level. And you can even start to flag out the 1 minute if it just, you know, you'll see the 1 minute will show you signs of some type of reversal, or it'll just show you it's in a bear flag and want to continue to dump. You'd expect some sideways price action, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some volume today based on the liquidations and the amount of people that still may be attempting to long or short. All right. So again, you can see the overbought stochastic, and it never got back above the key level. So Bitcoin's got to get above there. Then it's got to get, so once it gets above this level, then it's got to get above the 200 MA. Then the 5 minute. So, like, I would not long again unless the 5, you know, and again, what if we V-shape recovery? Next thing you know, we're right up there and you were scared, everyone laughs, and this was just a liquidity grab. I mean, anything is possible for Bitcoin. At the same time, you got to go with what you're seeing. Right now, we got a possible bottom on the 5 minute time frame. We'll see, right? Again, that's why, again, you could play with this and take all this liquidity if you want. It's all here. But you don't have to. I wait for us to get above the 200 MA. For me, it's just a better look. All right. Anyway, I'm traveling today, so be careful in this market. All right. Most of the time, I'll probably be passed out on a plane. I will post charts on my iPad, though, and I'll be around in the group. But shout out to everybody here. I got to jump. God bless each and every one of you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything goes your way. May God bless you and yours. And thank you so much for jumping on in to the Crypto Lifer Show. And if you're in the trading group, I hope you made some gains on those shorts. May God bless you. I think you could still be in the short, as I showed you that I posted yesterday at 8:05 a.m. And that's a head short because you might as well, because the market looks like it's going to dump on you. So you gotta hedge yourself there. So 80,500 for Bitcoin. And it's not looking good. One thing I want to look at is Solana. We're going to go back to 109. Where is Solana? 124 bouncing for Solana. Could there be more pain for Sol? I'll be honest, below the 200 MA on the daily, I get pretty bearish. I get very bearish, right? We had that flag breakout, but you can see that's I mean, you're making a bear flag below the 200 MA on the daily time frame. Yeah, that's got a measured move down to $79,000 for Sol. So again, it looks like Sol is going to take a beat down. Probably will get some, maybe possibly some good prices. It has some support, but look at it. It's basically losing the key support that it has right now. Has a little bit more chunk there at 109 in that area. But man, yeah. Sol, bearish as heck. Not looking amazing. Be careful. Solana, not looking amazing. All right. So that's one thing that I got to talk about. I mean, yikes. Right? If it gets back above, retest 140, so be it. There could be a bounce. Again, that's what's every time they got the fear going. You could say, but it's a higher low though. Oh man. Look at those stochastics RSI on the daily. They got to come down. The 2-day chart too looks like, it came up without making a higher low rollover. It's not a good sign. The 3-day chart had upswing with, no love yet. Attempted to get above the 3-day 200 MA like it was going to have a huge reversal with low stochastics. That was a lackluster move there. Resistance at 144. A last chance to dip. I mean, that looks like a bull flag crossing the 200 MA, ready for a massive pump to the upside. You got to read the charts. I mean, that looks like you're going to moon. And moon to the downside. That even looks like we could go lower down to 29. I mean, this could be a bloodbath of pain no one's ever thought about. I just want to keep you ready. God forbid. And everyone's like, you're so bearish. How dare you do that? You got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for anything. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin likely going to continue to dump, in my humble opinion. Right? And there you have it for BTC. So that's all I can say. I love you. I appreciate you. May God bless each and every one of you. It sucks that the market is in disarray, but it is what it is. Take advantage of the shorts. Cover costs if you have. Put a stop loss if you can't take the pain anymore. There's got to be a limit where you say enough is enough. I got to put my money on the sidelines. I have those limits. I take them. I put my money on the sidelines, right? And I don't feel as bad about the dump. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I say you should be taking this financial advice. All right. God bless you. Have a great day. And I hope I stay safe on my flights today. I'll see you all tonight at 8 p.m.